was at school the other day, and we did an LA presentation, and what happened was, I was like expecting, like, cause whenever you're doing presentation, you get like oral marks as well, so, but nobody was doing like that well, or was like, it wasn't that professional, I would assume, cause like, I like doing things, like, I'm at a young age, I like doing things like professionally, though I get into the habit of doing it when I'm older, but not a lot of people know how to like do presentations properly or in like a formal way. So in this video, guys, I'm gonna show you what mistakes you should fix, how to make a presentation properly, and sort of like a mini tutorial on how to use Google Slides. It's actually pretty self-explanatory. And yeah, so over here is like the name for your presentation. It doesn't autocorrect your spelling, so if I spell anything wrong, just ignore it, please. So, and then we're also going to talk about some habits that some people like to do a lot. So, first habit I like see people doing is going to background, choose image, and then we go to Google Images, and they switch up, like, for example, we're going to do ducks. Like this sometimes. And yeah, but I think it makes it look too it looks like too much, so with that. So what you want to do is just make it like pretty simple. Also, before you start, you wanna there's a couple themes here. You can also go to like Slides Go Mania or something, but we're just gonna use a simple theme like this one I think is my favorite. Import themes. It's like themes you have from other slides. Transitions we'll talk about later as well. So for title, we're gonna go my YouTube channel by Daniel. Okay, you will put your full name since you're representing your school, and then you will have some images here because why not? So we insert some there. Normally just want one in the title screen. You don't want it overwhelming. So yeah, this could be your title, whatever. You want this kind of to look a little professional. You don't want to. Whenever you're presenting, you don't always want to read or look on the board all the time. So for example, like this, I don't want to be looking at the board. I want to be looking at my audience, so the other way, and not looking at the board where my slide shows, because that's where the audience is going to look. You're going to look at them. So, what we are going to do next is we're going to create a new slide, and we're going to click. You could do table of contents. Sure, we're going to do that. You can skip this part. I will put a timestamp up here to show where you can skip to in the video after table of contents. For a table of contents, some people like to be really messy and like make big text boxes because it doesn't really matter, right? As long as the text is there. I like just to be organized and make my text boxes where they are. So we're gonna do for example, how I got started. We're gonna, you can always change like the background color. We're just gonna change it to blue. Change the text color to white. Actually, no. We're gonna get rid of that. Make the color black. We're gonna make it italic, bold, and underlined. This is what makes it look. I feel like it just makes it too much if we bold it, so I think we're just gonna bold it. I mean, it looks too much when you add all three, so we're just gonna do bold and italic. You can do whatever you want. yeah. So then we're going to do is then you can add. So right now it says like text size 18, right? We can change it so then it's like 13. 14 will do. We're gonna be like, we talk about how we're just gonna have this just so you guys know how to present and stuff. So yeah, we are gonna shrink this a little bit because we are gonna have multiple for a new slideshow. You get a preview. This is a pretty good. We can have it the same font, so we're gonna do another text box. Then just for now, we're gonna add another one. Early life. I got started. I can not spell today. You remember, your title doesn't need to be too engaging, or it does, but like, just make it so it's clear enough. Also, we are putting the text. I just like putting on the left. You can whatever you prefer. Put on the left and have it here. Have the images here. But personally, the best format is to have the text on one side. Right. That's our info. Right. Info. ... And we're gonna have some images. So we're gonna have some. Alright, so anyways, we're just having like a few images. Make sure it's not too overwhelming. Right? So it's just gonna be small for now. You remember, you can, if you have too many images, you can always either delete the unnecessary ones you don't feel like belong in your belong in the slide. You can always add that on the next slide, or you can overlap them. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you examples. So we're gonna have. It would be kind of nice to have this picture as the background, but that just make it too much. So because then there's no point in getting the theme, right? So we can have this like over here. That looks really nice. Gonna move it around a little bit, see what looks nice. If we go to slideshow, we can preview it. It looks super nice. We have our info here. Also, what I mean by info is you don't put, so whenever you're doing a presentation, you always I see this all the time, it's so annoying. Never put all your information on the Google slide. Never do this, because if you do this, you're going to keep on looking at the slideshow and you're not going to be looking at your audience. Either create a script or cue cards help you remember the rest of the thing. So what you could do is you could create like a whole script, memorize it, and have cue cards help you memorize it. Have whole script, like a whole sheet to read off of and look at your audience. But what you want to do is you want to create bullet points about like your stuff, right? Because like you want to have like you always don't want to have all your information on the slide, because that just makes it not look right. Right? You always want to have like the main bullet points, not your whole entire thing. So you don't want to have your whole entire like script or all of your information cut down into bullet points. I mean, you kind of want that, but you only want the main ideas on the board and have like 1 or 2 images on here. And this is how you would like do almost every single slide, have 1 or 2 images, have info, and yeah, and then you would add another one. But for right now, we're just like, you can repeat this process as many times as you want, put it here, 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 I don't know, and do this. But then we're gonna add a conclusion, or no, you would never write your ending slide as conclusion, because it'd just be too boring. So, I mean, not too boring, but it's like, I don't know, something about it just not right. So what you would do is, you'd be like, okay, thanks for listening. Any questions? Now, don't be afraid to ask this, because as soon as you're up there, you're in charge of the entire class. What am I doing? Okay. Because no teacher's gonna stop you, you're the one presenting. And yeah, you can ask for questions. If the teacher says that people should ask you questions, and should, but always have this just in case. Also, for this slide, you don't need any text, just this. The conclusion slides is pretty self-explanatory. You can sorry, I don't know what happened there, but anyways, while you're making the Google Slides, what you can do is, if you're like done for the day, okay, I'm done with this. But what you can do is you can add the links that you're using for your information, put them in this speaker notes, and you can click on those later, for when next time you do your work. And I think that'll be really helpful. Also, it would be a good idea at the end, after the conclusion slide, to put your references. If it is a research project, then you definitely want to have references. So you would have like link number 1, and then you have link. Okay, so here, what I do is I'm just showing that you shouldn't use Bing, Google, or Yahoo as your search references on like your reference page, because for example, when you search up this, right, you see this box here, it has a link down below, and because sometimes people don't use the link, they just use the information in the box, because you see the link right there, right? You should always use that, and then how to copy and paste the link. You click it, it automatically selects the whole entire thing, and then you do insert link, put the text in there, do whatever you want, and yeah. But after you do that, then you also Control V the link, and then it goes to there. Then if you go into slideshow mode, it automatically goes out of the slideshow and does that. For the thanks for listening, if you could put a background. Sometimes I like doing that, so it's like question, like for example, you could just do this, and it'll give you a bunch of question marks. I like using this one a lot. I don't know, it just seems really cool. And yeah, so that's my tips for presentating. These really help. I really hope you guys use these tips, and trust me, this will help you get better marks in your oral, or like, this will give you better oral marks when you're presenting. And please never like you could rewind and watch and follow along. Because this is just a short example of what you would do. Normally you would have like ×4 this or ×3 this, but this is just an example I'm showing you. I wasn't going to put any information here just for other purposes. So yeah, really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.